Things your narcissistic ex may have done to use the Bible and religion to control you. Narcissists love to use church as a mask, as a front, as a excuse to actually get away with their abuse. The way that they do that is they cherry pick Bible verses to justify what they're doing. For instance, in my book, You Think You Know, But You Have No Idea, I actually have a whole chapter on spiritual abuse. This book is designed to shed light on how to recognize abuse and notice the signs and take your life back, take your power back. There is a favorite verse, Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 through 24, where it talks about the wife submitting to the husband, saying that she should submit to the husband as the church submits to Christ. What they don't go on to say is the very next verse, which is saying that, so the church submits to Christ, but Christ loves the church and died for her. So the man, the husband, should love the wife as Christ loves the church and died for her. Basically gave it all up so that she would have a good life and be taken care of and not hurt. So what they'll do is they'll take that and they'll take a couple other verses. For instance, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 3 through 5, where it talks about the wife not being the authority of her own body and that he basically owns it. It also starts by saying that the husband doesn't own his body and the wife can do whatever what she wants with it. And it says, do not deprive one another. So what they'll do is they'll use that to, if faith is important to you, if your religion is important to you, they will use that to guilt you and say, I have needs and I need them to be met. It says that you should give to each other our conjugal rights. I remember a letter after the divorce or after the separation that said, basically, if I would come back, that he would waive his conjugal rights until we were better. Yeah. And then a favorite one, Corinthians chapter 11, verses 8 through 10. For man was not made from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. That is why a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. Can we say misogyny much? That is obviously, this is a very short clip. This is not the whole story, but this is just to show you that this is how they do it. They use these cherry picking verses. They apply whatever context they want to it, whatever interpretation, so that you feel an obligation, because if it's scripture, it must be about God. And, I don't want to make God mad. And so they can get away with just about anything. As they use the church and say, look at a good person. Look at the cross of my business. Look at the crosses and the Bible verses that I have everywhere. Look at my little fish symbol. Look at my